The Chicago Blackhawks get an absolutely dominant win versus the Tampa Bay Lightning, winning 5-3. And this team seems to be getting better every game they play, except with a few people who don't seem to be, catching on with the Chicago play style. But we'll be going over all of that stuff in this video. But before we get into it, we noticed that 94% of you guys are not subscribed to the channel that are watching right now. So if you're looking for a spot to get all your news from the Chicago Blackhawks, you're in the right spot. Make sure to stay a while, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any of the breaking news. But like I said, an absolutely dominant win by the Chicago Blackhawks. 5-3 of the Tampa Bay Lightning, even with the Tampa Bay Lightning team that isn't fully there yet, with obviously missing Andreas and a big change from last year from their roster. But other than that, this Blackhawks team absolutely came out flying, scoring 4 goals in the first period, and, Bedard having three points in the first period. It's an absolutely dominant game. But what do you think about this game, Nick, first of all? We're going to be going over the other stuff about this team in a bit, but this game, I think a huge bonus to the roster, the morality of the team and everything. I think this was just an absolutely huge win. So what do you think about it?
I think in a year of what's going to be mostly growing pains for the Blackhawks and mostly just trying to get rid of the one-year contracts they have at the deadline for more picks, more assets to play with Bedard, I think this win is a good sign that Connor Bedard had a 4-point game. He's getting used to it. I saw it, like one play he had there. He had his stick turned in a really awkward way and got the puck away from Kucherov to pass it to the other player. I think it was Foligno for the 2-on-1. If you actually look at that pass, that was fantastic from Bedard there, and especially on Nikita Kucherov too, it was kind of like a little puck battle there at center ice. That was cool. So it's a positive step forward for Bedard. The Blackhawks winning culture that they're trying to build. Would be nice to get a few wins in there while not straying too far away from a top draft pick. But one thing that you're going to be concerned about that we're going to talk about next is Lukas Reichel. I didn't see much from him this game. I haven't seen much from him at all this year. And, I thought they should have started him with Bedard to play maybe in a year, like I said, of growing pains and all that. Why are you not going to try that? That's beyond me. But right now he's playing like he doesn't really deserve it anyway.
No, yeah, you're absolutely right. That was spot on. Like we said, we're going to go into Lukas Reichel in a moment, but 3 stars of the game, absolutely deserving for Bedard, Mrazek, Nick Foligno. 3 guys that, have been on this team, obviously have been on the team, but have been driving this team in the right direction all season. Nick Foligno was probably the veteran. Connor Bedard, the future. Peter Mrazek, he's there, but he's playing good. There's no other way to describe him. He's been around, but Peter Mrazek has been a very big surprise, I would say, for me on this team. From seeing Mrazek over the past few years, this is a big boost in his confidence. I would like to say that for him, coming into a team that's not supposed to be winning, especially against former, dynasties like the Tampa Bay Lightning, still kind of in one. We don't really know yet until Vasilevsky comes back, but it's a huge boost into confidence for them. But like you said, Nick, Lukas Reichel, you can see here right on the bottom of the forwards here. Pretty tough game. They did move him to the wing on the second line with Jason Dickinson in the middle for this game. And it's still, the face-offs took a few, still didn't come out the way you wanted to. Played 14 minutes time on the ice, one of the lower ends of the forwards. And yeah, like you said, it was just a very tough game for him. I really do think they were debating it earlier this season, playing him on the wing with Bedard. And I think you have to give it a try. Obviously the Bedard line is rolling. They're playing absolutely insane. But I think you have to try for one game for the sake of Lukas Reichel. I don't think that Bedard is someone who will be hindered by a player not keeping up with them. So I think that, Lukas Reichel he's still very skilled. Same age, good speed, good skill. I think putting him on a line with Bedard, you have to try it at least once this season, if not very, very soon.
I think I'm going to disagree a little bit. Like, I know I said I would do that as well, but I think I would have done that when the player is playing like he deserves it, but he's not having the line mates that he should. He's not playing like he deserves it right now in any way, and I think the new solution for him might be to send him down to the minor leagues and let him play in the AHL for a little bit longer. Like, I know he's played in the AHL before, but right now, maybe the player's a little bit lost. He's obviously still in development. Just play him down there is what I thought Montreal should have done with Slavkovsky. And there's still time, Ken Hughes. If by some chance you're watching this, please do it. Anyways, back to Lukas Reichel. I think that's what they should do right now. After the few games that we've seen, the last few games, I think that's one of the only options they have right now, other than playing him with Bedard. I know that's two drastic differences between those two options there, but I think sending him down to the minors would be what I would do right now.
Yeah, like, something has to be done. That's the bottom line, is whether he gets put on a different line, he gets, sent down the AHL, like you said. Something has to be done, because obviously they've kept him on the second line, put him at center, they've tried him on the wing, and it's not working. You have to at least get something going to be able to make this, work. It's obviously, there's still lots of time, like you said, there's no rush in the Lukas Reichel development, but you want to do what's right for him, what's right for the team, and you don't want to make him like some people that have been in the NHL that the teams are just, not giving him a chance to learn, get them developed in the right way, the way they want to be, and they kind of ruin their career path. But Lukas Reichel, I think, is nowhere near that, but you don't want him to be in that direction, down a few years down the line if something does occur in that situation. But yeah, something that will be done. And I think we will probably see a nice bit of movement here on the Lukas Reichel term in a few games' time if this does continue. It's something that has to be done. So we'll be keeping an eye on that. That's a major part of this team. I think apart from Bedard, it's obviously, I think, Lukas Reichel and Kevin Korchinski second. Kevin Korchinski had a fantastic game there. He's getting better and better every game. That's one of the players that I want to talk about as well. He's been looking absolutely fantastic the past few games, and him staying in the NHL was absolutely the right decision. That's one of the players I think he was ready. He was good enough to stay in the NHL, and better competition would only help him more. Guys like, I don't know, McDavid, Kaprizov, Pettersson, Besser, guys like that coming down the wing on his side, him being able to defend them, that's the best solution for him at this point now. I don't think he's there at the point where he needs to go up against junior guys anymore. But one more thing before we finish this video off here. Jared Tinordi, he has been out again, placed on the injury reserve retroactive to November 9th, and Isaac Phillips has been recalled in his favor again. Isaac Phillips has played, I believe it was one game this season when he got called up last time. Didn't have a great game, that's all you can do though, obviously. The guy played, I think it's 20-something games in the NHL, including last season. So he's still one of those guys also that is not fully developed in the NHL yet. He can play, he's a good fill-in, but he's not a roster spot. So hopefully next game we can see him pair up with solid defense, see him play well, and maybe even keep a few games in the NHL. We'd like to see that, guy has been in the up and down for the past few years, and if we can get him in one specific spot, that'd be nice, see him develop. I think it'd be very good for him as well as good for the Rockford Ice Hogs. It's gonna work out well.
We've been talking about this for a while. There's a lot of players that you can just call up from the AHL in a year like this and just try to get them in games just to see what you have. Some players might surprise you, like you never know. Like we know right now, Chicago doesn't have a lot of names down there in on the Ice Hogs, but you call up a random player and they could become something for you. You never know. Like there's been guys that have come up from junior and like you never heard of them before, but man, they play a good game tonight, and then they come out the next night, they do it again, and then it might turn into something where it might be a permanent third or fourth liner. You never know. It's not always going to be like the first or second line story coming out of the AHL. Like I remember Mike Hoffman scored 30 for the Senators back when he was coming up from the AHL. He played in an AHL All-Star Classic here when we were younger, and then he went up to the NHL the next year and scored like 20 or 30 or something, right? Not always going to be like that, but like I said, like maybe a permanent third or fourth liner they might have down on Rockford. They just don't know it yet.
Yeah, and like you said, it's the perfect year to do it. Perfect year to try it out. Yeah. You're not going for anything. Obviously, you're working with the younger guys, trying to develop them the right way. Maybe they got a permanent line mate from someone down there. Maybe they can see someone they enjoyed playing with, get him called up a few more games and stuff like that, and it works out. We never know, but that's all we have for this video. If you did enjoy it, make sure to give the video a like. Make sure to subscribe to the channel as well if you're looking for any Chicago Blackhawks news. We'll have it here. Also, news around the NHL, we have it all here. So make sure to subscribe. We're signing out. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a great day. See you later.